welcome back. Another day out here on the wagon. I just went last night and met up with my buddy Randy Conover and scored these TTI tailpipes that are already, you know, not factory, but correctly bent for a 64 wagon. So I got them off him for it. Got all the brackets and all the hangers and stuff for it, and brackets. He hooked me, gave me a super good deal on this stuff, and went down and met him last night. And there, TTI exhaust pipes. But yeah, he gave me a good deal on them, so I'm gonna run them on it, take it, and we get some new mufflers for it, and get them run on it. And then I think today I'm gonna try to get these marker lights working. I'm gonna run a hot wire down to the light and just see if I got some power. See if the light will come on, then I'll know it's something in between the light and the harness or whatever up to the firewall. I'm working on that a little bit, and then I'm gonna get this bracket. I think I can get this bracket to work that Darren brought over to me. I'm gonna try to get it worked on there to get the kick down and the throttle hooked up on it, and we'll get it installed. And then we're gonna come back here to the dreaded quarter panel, and I think I'm gonna get this knocked out today. Get it in the tailgate, get it cleaned up, and then I'm gonna forget that floor. I'm gonna take these plastic covers off on the inside here, and I think I'm gonna clean all this back here and see if it'll clean up or wax up or something where I can get it to, you know, look halfway decent without them plastic pieces, because them plastic pieces are just junk. And then eventually I'm gonna take this wood, maybe either sand it down or put another piece in it, just kind of straighten it up a little bit, or just clean it, maybe pressure wash it or something, and leave it like it is. I'm gonna get them metal pieces on the seat cleaned up, get that rust off them. There's some light surface rust on them, and get Steffi out here to get these seats cleaned up. I mean, they ain't perfect, but they'll clean up for now. Get these door jambs all cleaned out and get a little bit of rust off of them, the surface rust, and but I think they'll clean up pretty decent. Just want to clean it up best I can, just to, you know, make it a decent driver. So, but yeah, let's see if she'll start up. I ain't had it started today. I don't know what she'll do. See if the oil pressure comes up on it. Let's see. I ain't touched it today. I ain't started it. I just walked out here in the garage and opened the door up on it. See if it'll start without even pumping it. Well, almost. I'll have to pump it. Well, that sucks. I should have pumped it first. Battery's dead now. Well, let me hook the charger up on it and let's get the gas. It's probably too dead now to crank. If I took the charger on it now where I've been messing with them lights, probably won't start. Yep, need to charge the battery up. I got it run down pretty low, messing with the lights. Can't believe the oil pressure now. Damn. Sounds pretty good. I'll get the battery charger hooked on it, so I know it's not charging because I ain't got the alternator hooked up. That ain't helping it either. But, well, let's get the battery charger on it. And I think I'm gonna start buffing on that quarter panel first, and then I'll mess with the lights. I need a break from the lights. I'm ready to get back on the cleaning and the buffing. Probably won't start now. Nope. I'll get the battery charged up on it and get the headlight switch and stuff back in there once I figure out the figure out the parking lights on it. But it's going to be a little bit of a job to, this is the worst panel on it, but I think it'll clean up. But it ain't no holes in it or nothing, just surface rust on it. But it's all, ain't a whole one in it. Hopefully I can get all that off her. And then we'll get these bumpers cleaned up real nice, because it's starting to get a little bit of rust on them. I think that front bumper's new. This back one looks like an original one, but I don't know. Well, we'll come back here in a minute. We'll see what we can get done on this quarter panel. See if we can get it to look half-ass like the rest of it, and maybe put a coat of wax on the whole car. Get that to shine a little bit. I did wax the top a little bit, but I ain't waxed nothing on the sides. On the other side, it don't look too bad, but I ain't putting no wax on it, just the top. And I might, I've been debating about it, but since that brace is cut out on the hood, I think I'm going to, maybe today, might go ahead and put my scoop on it. I don't know, I just can't make up my mind. I like it without the scoop, but I like it with the scoop, or if I had it on it. Because I'm going to change the back tire. I'm going to get a bigger, wider 8-inch rim, and either, I don't think a 10 will fit with the springs being in the stock location, but at least get an 8-inch rim and like a 275 60 tire under it, and just make it look where the scoop would look right. With this big ass scoop like that and that little tire, it ain't gonna look right. Yeah, and I got my tires from Dwayne last night. He actually gave them to me. He got some front runners just like these, but they're 27.5, and these here are only 26, so I'm gonna get them swapped out. Which really, I probably ought to put them that he gave me on my 64 Dodge and just go buy some Mickey Thompson street tires for this instead of trying to run these front runners. Which that's probably what I'll do. I'll save them for the 64 and get regular street tires for this, because I'm gonna drive the shit out of this thing. But yeah, top, it's not too bad. But I'd say that's been painted before. I'd say this is the original color, and then this is the paint where it's just kind of faded into it. But I'm gonna do a little bit of waxing on it today so I can get it to clean up a little better. I mean, it's got a little bit of a shine, but it's still just hazy, which I know this is 50-year-old paint or more. Well, it's older than 50. I'll be 50 next year. So I was born in 73, and this is a 64, so it's 50-some years old. But for 50-year-old paint, I mean, it's not clear, but outside it looks really good. I mean, under these lights, it just kind of throws it off. Makes it hazy looking because you can see the lights shining into it. But all right, well, we got a lot to do. We'll get that throttle hooked up maybe first. I'll do it first and get it hooked up, and then we'll do some buffing, and maybe I'll do a little more buffing on this hood before I put the scoop on it. But I think I'm gonna put the scoop on it today. I don't know how it'll look with that hood ornament on it, but I didn't think about that. But I don't know, I'll put it on there. If it looks dumb, I'll take it off. If it don't, just leave it on there. So, but I just want to let Randy know I appreciate him selling me them tailpipes. So I want to get them put on there. That way Steffi can drive it around without it getting fumes in the car, and she's got the dogs or the kids in there. Don't have to worry about that. So, but I think she's taking over this one for real. So I'm gonna try to get it fixed the best I can for her so she can cruise around in it. But all right, enough rambling. I'm gonna get this throttle hooked up, see if I can get it hooked up, and then we'll do some buffing, see if we can get that quarter to turn out to look like. So I'll bring you back here in just a few. Well, that's about all I can do with it. It's hard to get something to shine if it ain't got no paint on it. That's pretty thin right there, but yeah, it came out. The rust came off of it pretty much. I didn't do anything on the tailgate yet. That's gonna be that'll be another day. I might have to take the bumper off so I can get down around all that crap too. So when I take the bumper off, I'll do all that. But I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. It's not perfect, which none of it is, but for what this quarter panel looked like, I mean, it's got a little bit of shine to it. I mean, it's, you know, it ain't like it's got clear coat on or nothing. It's just some old shitty ass factory paint. But at least it shined up like the rest of it somewhat. I mean, it looks good enough. That patina looks pretty cool on it, I think. Or rust, or whatever you want to call it, patina rust. So, but each time I wax it or buff it a little bit more, that'll come out. So, but it ain't perfect, but you can still see all them little things, which gives it character. So, but yeah, I think that's enough waxing for the day. So I think that's all we're gonna do on that now. I didn't do the throttle linkage first, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it now. So we'll go ahead and clean this mess up, and then we'll put the throttle linkage on. And then I think we're gonna, oh hell, I need to wax this hood if I'm gonna put the scoop on it. So maybe I'll wax this hood before I start with that throttle linkage, before I put this stuff up, and because I think I'm gonna go ahead and put the scoop on it today. So yeah, I'm gonna wax the hood first. I mean, it looks alright, but put some wax on it, it'll look a little better. Anyway, because that scoop covers pretty much 90% of the hood. But I'll throw a little bit of wax on it real quick and clean our mess up, and then we'll get the throttle hooked up and put the scoop on it. Then we'll mess with some lights. So, but here comes Steffi. Come here, look, Steffi. Come here, look at this quarter panel. Come here and look. Everybody wants to know what. Come here.
I'm busy.
I know you're busy.
Really busy.
You're always busy, but you're fans.
What is it?
What is that?
What about it?
I mean, what about it?
Did you buff it?
No, I ain't touched it yet. You can clearly see I buffed it. Look, it looks better than it did, don't it?
Yeah. Yeah, you need to buff the back of it.
What do you mean buff the back of it?
Did you do the back of it?
No, not yet. I gotta take the bumper off so I can do it right. I mean, I can get most of it, but I want to take this bumper off, clean the bumper real good, and then this here, I don't know what it's gonna do, but it looks like it's part blue, and I don't know. It'll clean up some. It'll look like shit, but it'll be alright. Get around these taillight sockets and stuff cleaned up. Get all this stainless cleaned up. But I ain't cleaned none of that. Because I got to get all down in here. All that crap. And then hopefully it'll look somewhat like that.
Okay.
So you coming out here in a little bit?
Looks good. I gotta go.
You coming out here in a little bit?
No.
Why not? I thought you was going to clean this inside out. You ain't busy. You better get out here and help me, girl. Or you ain't driving it. She ain't driving it. Alright, let me get this hood waxed. And then we'll start drilling some holes. So, I'll be back. Alright, I don't think I'm going to drill this today. I can't get it exactly how I want it. But what do you think, Stubby? Do you think it'll look alright with it on there once it's down?
I like it. I think it'll look good.
I can't get it positioned right. I'm going to get a laser level. My dad's got a laser level, or JR's got one. I'm going to set a laser level up here, set the hood up a little bit, because the scoop keeps sliding down because the hood's so slick now. I'm gonna set it up and run a laser level down this just to line that up, and it's just too hard to. I'm measuring all 4 corners. I'm getting it close, but I want to make sure it's dead straight with that emblem down the middle. I don't want it crooked and shit. So, but I think it'll look alright once we get the tire on the back. Get a bigger size tire on the back and bigger tires in the front. But I don't know if everyone out there, anybody comment on it, you think I should just leave the scoop white, or maybe paint it an almond color or brown or
almond? I think it should be the same. I think you should paint it the almond color.
Yeah, it needs something to break it up though.
I don't know. I don't know what else will look like.
I mean, that's not painted yet. That's just the fiberglass color on it. It's not, you know, actual paint on that scoop. I gotta paint the underside of it black, but I don't know. I just can't get it. I want to make sure it's exactly right before I go drilling holes in the hood, because it's easy to get them crooked. Then we'll make sure the back's set right. I think the back's got to come clear back flush with the hood, but I might leave it up about like that across there, just about an inch forward. I don't know the exact where it's supposed to set at, but I think it's close to the edge or an inch forward or something. But so when are you gonna get inside and get the interior cleaned up?
I don't know. When I find some time, I will.
Meantime.
And then once I detail it inside, then everybody's gonna want my services. Gonna be like, man, how'd you get that so clean?
Well, that's fine.
I'm just messing with you. I don't know. You're gonna have to have some serious cleaning stuff.
I got some purple power that'll just cut right through that dirt. That stuff works pretty good.
Yeah, it works good.
I used to use bleach white all the time, but that stuff makes it chalky or whatever. But that purple power works good. But I'm gonna get them back wheel tubs.
But I don't want you to change the steering wheel because I like it.
What?
I don't want you to change the steering wheel because I like it.
That ugly ass wheel?
I just like it because it's real thin.
Well, I'll get another one that's thin, but it's, you know, nice. That thing. I mean, all that needs is I got the horn button stuff over here. It takes a chrome centerpiece on it, but you're gonna have to get the scrub. These seats will clean right up. I need to get that headliner up there. Eventually, we get some carpet for it, and then find somebody that can recover them or will. See if I need to see if Legendary's got covers for them, or I'd rather get regular covers for them so that looks better. But this back here, I'll have to figure something out, get it screwed up or something. But I want to get this. Watch out. I want to get this here cleaned up. All this crap. It just needs cleaned off a bunch, and just wipe it down.
Are you gonna paint any of it?
Well, I'll try to clean it up like I did the rest of it. No, I'm not painting none of it. I mean, I thought about painting these pieces and them up there, but I think I can clean them up. But this crap here, I'm gonna take all of it off and clean the wheel wells. See how that wheel well is just dusty? But that'll take this rag and wipe it off. Just wipe that piece of.
Yeah, they're really dusty.
See, that'll clean up pretty. That'll look way better than these plastic fucking tore pieces. And then I'll get this plow.
Underneath this?
No, this wasn't a 9-passenger. This was just a regular spare tire. Here's my tail lights, which that's just surface rust. I need to get in there and clean it up some. I'm gonna clean all that up, but it's still got the little prop rod for it. Which I got another one of these over there. So
what are you gonna do with that? You have to weld any of that under there? Or?
I ain't worried about it. I'll probably just pour 15 that down around that circle and clean the rest of it up. Just leave it alone. I ain't worried about it. It ain't gonna be outside it'll never be out in the rain or snow or nothing, so it ain't gonna get no worse. But I'm gonna pour 15 the whole underneath of it and that part there. So
let's ask our son. Let's ask our son what he thinks about the wagon.
What are you thinking there, Leroy?
He's got it all buffed and ready to go. You want me to pick you up in school?
No.
No, hold on. What was you saying about cleaning that up? We'll take when we get back. I know we got to leave here in a minute now, so I ain't gonna be able to get the scoop on it or the throttle fixed on it yet. But when we get back
start tomorrow.
Tomorrow, what is tomorrow?
Tomorrow's Saturday.
Saturday. Well, tomorrow we're going to get this back half of this here cleaned out from that seat back. We'll start to come this way. We'll
I'd rather start on the front first.
Well, I don't care. Start on the front, but I want you to come out the back before you're done tomorrow. So.
Why?
Because I want it cleaned up. So.
Well, you're going to be cleaning that. I'm just going to give you instructions on how to clean it.
I'm going to be buffing this tailgate and getting that scoop. I'm going to get the
tailgate.
scoop on it tomorrow. Get this tailgate, something done with it. Get the throttle on it. And then it's going up in the air. I'm going to change the tranny lines, or the one line. Put the tie rods on it. Put a couple nuts and bolts on it. Get it checked out. And then we're going to Kale's next week. Grab the title. And we're going to go get some tags. And we're going to be on the road.
So is this going to be an everyday driver? Or
Maybe not every day, but
what
just...
you're going to race?
I ain't going to race it right off. I'm going to wait till I'm going to wait till this winter. I'm going to put that intake, the camshaft in it, the new transmission, which a guy just emailed me or texted me on Facebook. Said he had a built A&A transmission that's a push button training at 65. So I'm going to call him this evening. He told me to call him this evening. Maybe instead of putting the tranny out of the double trouble car in it, we'll leave this set up as a push button, put it in it, put the 410 in it, and then I'll take it to the track. I'm not taking it to the track with this.
I'll just take it to the track and race it. Women have a faster reaction time than men anyway.
Well, you can race it with what's in it now, but I'm just saying I'm not taking the track till I change the rear end and the tranny and the converter and the cam and the intake. But I hate to do anything to that motor right now.
It sounds good. I think
I'm just
when
gonna
it starts.
leave the motor alone, drive around, get everything worked out on it. Then come this winter, we yank the motor out, put the cam, new timing chain, new oil pump, the intake and carb, and we'll get a new converter. I don't know if this guy's got a converter or not, but we'll get a converter. I got 2 new drive shafts. One of them, I don't know if either one will fit, but one's for the 64, and I got another one that it might fit right in this, because this drive shaft that's in it won't work in regular training. It's a ball and trunnion or whatever. So, but I'll get that laser level, and tomorrow we'll get the scoop on it, get the inside clean. 'Cause once we get the inside down and the scoop and the linkage on it, I want to get it up on jack stands and go over the whole underneath of it. I'll probably pull the wheels and tires, check all the brakes, but the brakes feel good, but I want to check everything. Because I noticed there's a couple bolts out of the rear end. I'm going to check everything on it and make sure it's right. But no, this will be a pretty fun car to drive. So we just got to run up to New Philadelphia next week, get with Kale, get the paperwork, and then it'll be ready. So, but we'll end the video here. And until tomorrow, we'll come back out and we'll finish the scoop up, the throttle, linkage. Oh, I still need to get an alternator for it. And I need to get tie rods for it. That was the other thing. Then see what else underneath we might need to get. So, but it's coming along, as you guys can see. Man, I hope everybody or whoever's watching this is kind of enjoying it. I know I've been showing the same thing around and around with this wagon. I want to get it out and do some burnouts in it and just run it up and down the road. But just trying to get it, you know, road worthy before we take it out anywhere. And as soon as we get all that done too, maybe next week I got to get with Keith Collins and get the guy's number that does the exhaust over in Fort William, and we'll get the exhaust done on it. We'll just leave the manifolds on it for now, but we'll put them tailpipes on it and some new Barola mufflers on it, and then it should be ready to go. So what do you think, Stubby? You keeping it? You're wanting to put my tack in it, ain't you? You like that tack, don't you?
I do like it.
Yeah, it's awesome, ain't it?
But
When I seen that, I was like, oh shit, I didn't want to pay that much for it, but that tack was more than a brand new
the
high dollar.
the Mopar is black, isn't it? The M?
It's a black and silver tack, yeah. But it's got the blue light, but that tack's like 20 years old. It's never been hooked up, but it's more. I paid more for that than you could have bought the new Mopar tack right now. But I had to have it because I wanted one of them from a long time ago.
When are you going to put that in?
I don't know, maybe tomorrow. maybe just put it in tomorrow. I gotta get I got an oil temperature gauge, an oil gauge, pressure gauge. But I'm not using these here, but I got another odometer gauge, but I want to get 2 Mopar gauges to match the tack, so I gotta get them ordered.
Are you keeping all this on the front end?
I gotta get the oil gauge and the water temperature gauge. Do what?
You're keeping all this on the front end?
Well, yeah, it's the grill, but I'm gonna take it out and clean it, and
I was just saying.
I'm gonna straighten that up and clean it. But I ain't put the headlight bezels back in until I get the lights fixed. I got all the headlights fixed. I changed that one headlight, and
Did you get the brakes?
I
Brake
gotta run a hot wire down to that connection there and just see if them lights will come on that way, and then if it is, there's something in between there and the firewall that's a ground or something that's not hooked up. But it's gotta be something simple because they worked before. So, alright, until tomorrow, we got to go do some errands, and I gotta get a laser level before I drill that hood. And just let us know if you think we should paint the Scupa, leave it white, or paint it tan, or I don't know. What?
The cat, she was looking at you.
Oh, is that old kitty Mal?
Yeah.
See what she's doing.
That's the Mopar kitty.
She's a little bitch is what she is. She's a little mean one. What are you doing, kitty?
Think, Mal?
You're on a candid camera, little mean ass. What are you doing, old tiger? Like a damn mountain lion. But
Watching birds.
yeah, she's a bird watcher, and she watches that shit all night long out the windows. But all right, well, we're out of here till tomorrow. We'll get some stuff going tomorrow. Get the rest of that cleaned up, scoop on it, and we'll see what we can get done tomorrow. Maybe pull it out and get it fired up and get it up on some jack stands and go over the underneath of it. So, but till then, just keep sharing, and subscribing, and we'll see you tomorrow.